John Lancaster with the Maple Ridge Pitt Meadows School District. We're happy today to have the BC Mining Association here with a number of presenters talking about mining careers to our students. We're hoping today's session will give other students around the province an opportunity to see what mining careers are like and what opportunities are out there.
Hi, my name's Tyler Thompson. I work at Highland Valley Copper Tech outside of Kamloops, and I'm a heavy-duty mechanic supervisor up there. I'm sure you guys all know where Kamloops is. So this is just kind of, I'll touch on a couple overviews of what our mine looks like. We're a copper mine. We're one of the largest copper mines in the world, open pit. And we have about 1,400 people working there. And the reason why I put a little arrow there is that's pointed at a haul truck. So I got some slides later on to show you what the size of a haul truck is. A haul truck is bigger than this classroom, obviously. Anyway, so this is basically, you'll see there's our main pit, and then we have a tailings pond that goes down that way, and there's 4 other pits located up here that you can't see in this picture. We put through about 1 million tons of rock a day, and we do that through these haul trucks dumping into the in-pit crushers below, and it goes up to the mill. So where I started out was actually as a laborer. This is our tailings pond, the dam at the other end. So slowly we've been filling up. Our leftover waste goes there when we remove the copper and brings it out. I started in the mill. This is our milling process. Basically all the ore comes in here, we crush it up, remove the copper and the moly out of it. We float it out, dry it, and then we ship it off down to Ashcroft, which goes on the railway down to Vancouver here, and then over to the smelters in China. After I went through and started doing all the operations of it, after laboring in that, I was able to get an apprenticeship as a heavy-duty mechanic. This year we headed one of these projects. We put these domes over top of these stockpiles that feed the mill, and the mechanics were involved with the cranes and everything and setting up the cranes. So here we are setting up the one crane with using another mobile crane at the time. You can see actually, you've seen a lot of these tower cranes down here in Vancouver, I'm sure. And that mobile crane is something that we work on a regular basis. And you can see in that picture how the boom bends when you're picking up the other crane. And it's designed to do that. But these are the haul trucks we mainly work on. And at the mine, there's many different avenues you can go. If you want to go into trades, you can go into trades. If you want to be an operator, you can be an operator. From there, you can go into, if you have other schooling, you can go into the geological side of things. And then you can go into supervision. And that's exactly what I did. So I worked on these trucks. I went and did my 4-year apprenticeship through the mine. And this is our fuel truck. We use to fuel the haul trucks. Gives you an idea of how big they are compared to the people. And mining's not just for men either. This is one of our operators. She's 21, and that's actually her haul truck. And yeah, it makes her look small. But she drives these every day. And like I said, it's not just not for guys in general. We have anybody and everybody working up there. The opportunities are endless. That engine's actually the one that's going in her haul truck this week. So we just got that one in. So we bring them into the shop, we change out the engines and components as they break down, and we're in charge of repairing them. This is one of the loaders that we have. I had the opportunity to go down to Texas to the factory this year and take a bunch of the mechanics with me. And these loaders are the largest in the world. We use them to load the haul trucks. And we look after repairing them and maintenance on them as well. That's a bucket for one of the loaders. It's just a small one. But you can see even what's stamped on the bucket there says 150,000 pounds. So if you guys can do the math on that, that's what, 75 tons. So your average vehicle is only going to be about 4,000 pounds. And so the equipment we're working with is quite large, and that proposes a lot of different tasks. We work on graders. We do lots of different things on the graders, cutting edges. This is the small graders that we have. There's one of our mechanics, he's just doing the edges. So we use a lot of different tools and aspects. This is one of our large graders now. We got 6 of them in that. And they're about 65 feet long. So I don't know what your room is here, but it's quite a large grader. And what's interesting about these is there's lots of computer aspects and stuff like that. All the equipment now doesn't have a steering wheel in it. Like, these are all joysticks. So you sit here and you drive them, and you steer them, you run them, and operate them all with 2 joysticks. So those video games one day might pay off. And like I said, that's on the 24M. That's a 24-foot blade, so it's actually pretty close to the width of this room. And we do edges on them on a regular basis. Here's one of the shovels. This is one of the small shovels we use to load the haul trucks. And it takes this one here takes about 5 buckets to load a haul truck. And they're electric, and we repair them in the mill, or in the pit. So we have a shovel crew set up to do that. And this is one of our brand new ones. And you can see the foreman standing down in the corner there. Gives you an idea how big these machines are. And this one actually only takes about 3 buckets to load the haul truck, so 240 tons plus. There's other things we got up there too. Another opportunity I had was to be on the emergency response team for 8 years. Through that, I was able to get my firefighting tickets, first aid tickets, and mine rescue ticket. They are registered with the JDE, Justice Institute, sorry. So it's the same as working for a fire department here in town. So whatever you guys' interests are, there's all kinds of limits. No limit to what you guys can accomplish out of mine. Just depends on what avenue you go. Anybody got any questions on that?
How much do you make?
How much do I make? The loaded question. Yeah. Well, I'll put it this way. A journeyman mechanic makes about $42 an hour.
How do you get in and out of the haul trucks?
How do you get in and out of them? There's a ladder on the front and the staircase that you actually can walk right up. There's the ladders right here. So these ladders actually go up when they're driving, but you climb the staircase to heaven there and sit in your truck for 12 hours and drive it. And it's no different than driving a car.
Is that thing hard to drive?
No, it's no different than driving a car. Yeah. How many people have actually worked on mechanical stuff? You have? How many people have seen a piston? Was it like this, pretty much? That's normal piston you guys would probably see. Here's a haul truck piston. And here's the connecting rod for it. So, and there's 16 of them in those haul trucks. So we work on them all the time.
Jobs in mining rock.
Rock.
Rock.